My dearest Travelista,
Right.
we are in for a great Disney podcast today. I
Mhm.
am your host, Tyra Andre, and here is my favorite Disney specialist, Angela Mashuli. How are you today, hon?
Hi, Tyra. How are
Hi,
you? It really is an honor, and I'm so happy today to spend time with you and talk Disney, travel agents, and it's National Plan for a Vacation Day, right?
it is. It is.
Hey,
Welcome.
National Plan for a Vacation. Every day is Plan for a Vacation Day for us, but
This is true. This is very, very true. We are so happy to have you on this podcast today. And I know that you love Disney just as much as I do. And the moms
I
want to hear about everything. So, moms,
yes.
we are going to tell you guys everything about Disney. We're going to talk about the benefits of booking with a Disney specialist, the myths that come with that. We're going to tell you about the park. We're going to tell you a few things about Disney. And you guys just stay tuned. You guys are going to learn a lot today.
Hmm.
All right.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
Angela, you want to tell us what's going on in Disney right now? Like, what's the latest with Disney?
I think the latest with Disney right now is that everything is changing. It
Yes.
changes weekly. I get multiple emails a week from Disney. And that's one thing, when we just talked a little bit before we started recording, is that as a Disney travel agent, we get that first hand information from Disney because they really
True.
want to encourage people to book with a travel agent because they know that that maximizes your experience.
Yes.
Um, so weekly, we get multiple emails about all the different updates, what restaurants are reopening. They're still in a phased reopening. Not everything is reopened
This
from
is
the
true.
pandemic. So we're constantly getting information about that and updates to rides, new rides, festivals, all of those things that go on at Disney. It's for Walt Disney World alone, it's 4 parks. Just a few
Yes.
weeks ago, one of their water parks, you may not even know that there are 2 water parks at Walt Disney World. And one of them opened a few weeks ago for the first time in more than 2 years, I think. Typhoon Lagoon.
Yay. So
So
excited about that.
I know if you have not been, you got to go. It's super fun. They have this amazing wave pool and they have a lazy river. You can just get
Yep.
on a little inner tube and float around. They have adult beverages. They've got
I know some moms are looking
awesome
forward to that.
treats. Yeah, they have some awesome treats. So that is just a really fun water park, especially for the more adventurous folks. Um, they have more thrill rides there. So yeah, I mean, Walt Disney World right now is just everybody's looking forward to the construction and what's going on with that
Mhm.
large roller coaster. I know you went with your daughter recently.
Yes, we were
Was
literally
that
just there
fun?
a few weeks ago. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
Yeah. So, what was your impression going to Walt
So
Disney
we
World?
usually go to Disney maybe a few times a year. So this year we chose to go for one day. It was my daughter's birthday, and she always loves to go to Magic Kingdom, and so we went.
Hmm.
The park is not at full capacity. The lines were not long at all. Like
Oh, good.
we waited maybe 20, 30 minutes, and
Hmm.
she's now at the age, her and her little cousin. So I usually take both of them. They're now at the age where they can start riding some of the bigger rides throughout Disney. And so we
Oh,
got on
right.
almost every single ride in that park.
Right.
And we literally
Nice.
stayed all day, stayed all day.
Right.
We had a
How
blast.
how old is she now?
She's 7 years old, and her
7.
little cousin is 3 years old. So they
Gotcha.
had a complete blast. And so she just wanted to celebrate her
Oh,
birthday at Disney. And I don't know
right.
how long she's going to want to celebrate her birthday at Disney, but honey, listen, as long as she wants to
Forever.
celebrate, right? Probably so. As long as she wants to celebrate their birthday
Right.
at Disney, I'm always down to take her to Disney for her birthday because
Right.
everybody loves Disney. But we had a lot of fun while we were there.
Hmm.
We did get a chance to eat at the Skipper restaurant. I've never eaten there before. So
Hmm.
we grabbed dinner from
Uh-huh.
there.
Uh-huh.
And we also packed the lunch. I think maybe
Okay.
most moms don't know that you can actually bring your lunch into the park. And so
Yes.
I do recommend bringing your lunch into the park because
Mhm.
you know exactly what your child is going to eat versus
Right.
getting to the park and paying the price of some of the park food or even water.
Right.
Freeze some bottles of water and take those with you into the
Right.
park versus when you're getting to the park, paying for a bottle of water that's maybe a little bit
Right.
more expensive than you would pay for on the outside. So just like
Oh
little
yeah,
stuff like that.
definitely.
Pack your lunch in one of
Yes.
the collapsible lunch boxes. They can't be a hard lunch box, but yeah, pack your lunch and I say eat some snacks at
Uh-huh.
the park
Yeah, I
and
think that there are mhm.
yeah, eat some snacks. Eat some snacks at the park and then schedule dinner. Like dinner,
Yeah.
we had to make
Yeah.
reservations for dinner. So, that gives
Mhm.
you time to, go all throughout the park. So we ate lunch at, like I said, the Skipper restaurant, and we like literally got out of the restaurant right before it was time for the fireworks. And, we got out of the
What?
restaurant like maybe about 15-20 minutes before fireworks. And I wish I would
Yeah.
have made my reservations a little bit earlier because as
Mhm.
soon as we stepped out there,
It
people
was
were
pretty
already,
crowded.
it was very crowded. And so we couldn't really get a really nice spot of the
Castle
castle.
view. Yeah.
Yes, we could not get a nice view of the
Uh-huh.
castle. But I mean, we did see the castle, but it was they have
Awesome.
specific spaces for people to stand and you can't stand in this
Mhm.
specific place and it's people with flashlights, you can't stand here, you have to stand over here and they have traffic control there. So I would recommend that if you're going to have dinner at Disney, book it early, like 6 o'clock, because once you get out of dinner, first you want to give enough time for dinner. And then once you
Mhm.
get out of dinner, you want to have enough time to go find a comfortable space for you and for the family to sit and wait for the fireworks. But the fireworks are always amazing, as
Mhm.
usual.
Mhm.
Everything was amazing. And then oh, another trick that I learned was it was someone at Disney that told me this. So we were heading back to the regular tram station, TCT,
Okay.
the regular transit station, and I
You're
had.
gonna let the secret out, aren't you?
Am I supposed? I'm not supposed to.
I know what you're gonna say.
Oh,
You're gonna
should
say
I?
it.
I'm
No,
gonna tell it. These are my ladies. I'm
you're
gonna
gonna
tell it.
tell it. All
Listen, I'm
right.
gonna tell it. So listen,
Okay.
listen, ladies. Instead of waiting in their long Magic Kingdom line, when
Yes.
you're going to the when you're getting on the tram to go back
Yeah.
to the TCT station, you guys
Uh-huh.
get on the resort tram. Get on the
Yes.
resort tram, and it's two stops. Two stops.
Yes.
You're
Yes.
back at the regular transit station, and guess
You
what?
are.
That line, what line? There
Yeah.
was no line. Okay, so
Yes.
I told you that, but don't tell
That
Disney I
is
told you.
like it really right. That is like one of the biggest tips to save you time after the fireworks is if you
Yes,
take the
yes,
resort monorail. They like to give you the impression that you have to be staying at a resort, but you don't. They don't check.
right.
Um, but yeah, that is one of the biggest tips too. And then there are also other places in the park that are great to watch the fireworks. If you don't mind not seeing the castle, Frontierland is amazing. Or
Yes.
you can even go behind the castle over in Fantasyland, and that
Hmm.
is amazing too. Everybody's in the front, you can go in the back, and that is a really cool experience too. But I was hoping that when you guys had lunch, you guys took advantage of that really nice spot in front of the castle with like the fake grass.
We
It's
took a lot of pictures there. Listen, coming
it
into
is
the park.
we love that place. You
Yes,
can just sit down, have fun. You don't have to wait for a seat.
this is
It's
true.
I love that area because it's just a great place to like people watch.
And just eat in private.
And
Yes.
yeah, you can just have a snack and chill out, and it's like one of our favorite spots. So
Oh, another spot to watch fireworks, you guys. If you guys are in a rush getting out of the park, and you already know that the fireworks are going to happen around about
mhm.
8 o'clock, I do recommend going ahead and taking the boat all the way back to the transit center.
Yes,
And so, right there,
yes,
when you get off the boat ramp, guess what? There's nobody standing right there. You guys can
right,
just sit and relax,
yeah,
turn around, and watch the fireworks. There's
yeah,
hardly anybody that's there. If you don't
yeah,
care about catching a view of the
yeah,
castle, but you want
yeah.
to catch the fireworks, listen,
Hmm.
get on the boat, get on
Or
the
you
boat
can
back
get
over
on the
there.
top level of the boat and actually see the castle. And we've
Yes.
done that before as well. And it's like really cool. I mean, once you've seen them once, you can see all of these different. Or here's another tip. you can make dinner reservations over at the Contemporary and see them either from the California Grill. If you eat there during the day, they'll let you show your receipt and come back up to their observation area, which is amazing. I highly recommend that.
Good tip.
Or you can just go into the hotel, walk over there, and you can go to like their gift shop area. I think it's like level 2 or 3. And you can go out there and watch the fireworks from there and pick up a treat over at the Contempo Cafe, which is the favorite thing for us to do. If we've already had dinner, we live so close, we'll just go over there and get some dessert and watch the fireworks. So yeah, that's what some of the locals do.
Yeah, some good tips for these
Right?
ladies. I love it. I love it. Okay, so if you guys don't know, Angela is a Disney specialist, but she also owns her own travel agency. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, so I own a full service travel agency. We can handle hotels anywhere. You don't have to necessarily stay at a Disney resort. Transportation, tickets, multiple destinations in the Orlando area. If you don't want to just do Disney, a lot of people like to do Disney in a day and want to know what park they should go to and what they should do to maximize their one Disney park experience. But yeah, we do international destinations and we do all that good stuff. But what made me want to become a travel agent is my love for Disney and theme parks. And we live in the Orlando area. We're here all the time. And it's kind of like our life. And so we live that theme park life. And so, that's what I love to do every day, is to help, make the magic accessible to people, or just find whatever vacation that is going to suit them. I love that.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so do you want to talk about some of the myths of actually booking with a Disney travel specialist?
Yeah, well, I think it's really important for people to understand that we go through hours and hours. You're a Disney vacation specialist too.
I sure am. So, listen, honey,
yeah.
that training is not for the faint of heart. It is not. So we go through a lot of training to become Disney specialists. Yes, yes.
So, and they don't just educate us on Walt Disney World. They educate us on Disneyland.
Yep.
Alani, Disney's Hawaii resort. They educate us on Disney Cruise Line, and then also their private tour Adventures by Disney.
Yes.
Which is a really special vacation experience. If you want a very small, intimate group experience that is just really curated to whatever you want to do. And they have destinations in the US actually, and they also have several in other countries. But yeah, and then we don't book a Disney vacation on the Disney website that everybody else goes through.
Nope. So, that's a huge myth that people think. They think that we are Expedia. Listen, no.
Right. No, we're not just order takers either. We get all of the information from Disney usually first. They like to give us information to be able to provide it to our clients first, because they know that they want to make sure that we're giving our clients the best experience. So we get all the information about deals and specials and festivals and all of the things going on usually before everybody else does. So that is something that's really cool. And, we know a lot of tricks. And one of the things that people think is if they book through us, their trip is going to be more expensive.
That is very false.
Right. I mean, there are so many ways that I can help you save money or plan ahead to save money on a Disney vacation, that it really is beneficial unless you make it your job like we do. There are lots of ways that we can not only add to your experience, but oftentimes save you some money. And there are so many hotels and options in the area. finding somebody who's resourceful and knows Disney and knows how to find the information that will suit you, it's just really important and a no-brainer these days. It's never been more expensive to travel. We've never been more pressed for time. Like, we save you time, we save you energy, and then we just really give you all the tools that you need in this day and age where, do I wear a mask? Do I not wear a mask?
Right, right. And but
What
you
is
know
it?
what? No, go. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's just some of the ways that a Disney travel agent can help you out. We're not here to charge you the most money. And
No, and I was getting ready to touch on that.
yeah,
It does not have to cost a lot of money. Vacations do not have
right.
to be expensive, even a Disney vacation. And so
Hmm.
that's where we come in. If
Right,
your dates are flexible, trust me, we know the dates. Just trust
right,
us. Trust us in
right,
the
right.
process. You know.
Exactly. And you've got to find the one that suits you. I
Yes.
mean, that the person that you connect with is so important. And that's why, I'm always like supportive of other travel agents. Some travel agents are really competitive and don't want to talk to other travel agents, but I love that you and I are supportive and we
Yeah.
ask questions of one another. And we really do belong to a network of travel agents that, this is our job. We have a lot of information at our fingertips that the general public doesn't.
Mhm.
So yeah, I mean, that's just a few of the benefits. And I'm your assistant if something goes wrong.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I had a client over the holidays who was stuck in another country,
Aw.
and she had to deal with her daughter, and I was there to help her navigate the insurance side of things, and so she could deal with the medical emergency at hand, and I could kind of do all of the other things to try and make things work more smoothly. So we had to reschedule some flights and do some of those other things, and I was able to help her. And I even had a client on the way to Disney and they drove. Like, you don't have to fly to use a
No.
travel agent. That's another misconception. Well, I'm driving, I can't use you. No, if you're driving, I had a client who was driving and they made better time than they expected. So they needed a hotel the night
Hmm.
before they intended to get here. And I was able to do that while they were on the road. Here you go.
Yep.
So yeah, there are I think that touches on another thing. It's just like, we're here to help you with all the things you don't anticipate. You
Yes.
don't know what you don't know, right?
This is
And
true.
just trust experts. I know it's really hard to do that. We have been in quarantine and we've kind of been in our own world, and it's kind of difficult to reach out and make a relationship with somebody else and just trust them. But after multiple phone calls and messages and all that kind of stuff, and listening to what it is exactly you have in mind for your vacation, you'd be really surprised. Try it once. Try it
Yes. It'll
once.
change your life. It
Yeah,
will
it
change
will.
your life.
I
And if
think
anything
so.
happens, you have us. You don't have to wait on the hold for hours
Right.
waiting on the
No,
booking engine to pick up. That's if
right.
they pick
We
up.
call
We,
different
yes,
phone numbers, and we don't call the phone numbers that the general public
we sure
does.
do not. We have our own
Right.
special phone numbers and we're
Yep.
not waiting on hold for hours like you guys.
That's
Like we call,
right.
we make the call,
Right.
we call the play and it gets
Right.
fixed. Plain
Right.
and simple.
Oh, yeah, we definitely have. We belong to organizations that have relationships that are really important, that can really change a situation if it goes bad,
Yes.
or, the unexpected happens. And that is something that's all included in your relationship with us. So,
Very true. Very true.
yeah.
All right. So do you think there's any other myths of using a Disney specialist that people may have?
I think, just the idea that you have to have a group, or you have
Hmm.
to, like, you can use a travel agent if you're one person.
Yes.
You know, no vacation is too big or too small. It's
True.
like there's, you know, I'm happy to, you know, and it's also like I'm not here to give you the vacation I want because that doesn't benefit me.
Exactly. You sure
Right?
does not.
Like
No.
I am just not going to tell you all the things that I like. I definitely ask questions on
Yes.
what are the things that you want to experience. So it doesn't, if you have a bad time as my client, that does not benefit me because I want you to have a great time. I want you to come back and I want you to recommend your friends and your family,
Yes.
you
Yes.
know, right? So it doesn't benefit me to just give you the vacation that I would want.
And then, something else that I was thinking about, as far as myths and stuff, some people think that travel agents or travel agencies are phasing out, but one thing that a lot of people don't know is that the big name booking engines, guess what? They're travel agencies.
Right? Yeah, which in the middle of COVID left people out to dry.
Yes.
Nobody answered the phone. There was no
Nope.
personal service. There was
Nope.
no understanding of what terms and conditions were and what your options were. You book
Yep.
with us, we answer the phone. We have a
Exactly.
human on the other end who's going
Hmm.
to answer the phone and deliver the service and give you as many answers as we can. Sometimes, and you're not going to be on the one that's going to be on hold with the service provider, the
We are.
vendor, the supplier. We are.
Yep.
And you know, that's just how it goes. It's just another added benefit of like, we can help you with that. We give you that personal service that you're not going to get with Costco or Expedia or, you know,
Booking,
so
Priceline, all of them. Like they are agencies. So never think
they
that
are.
travel agents or travel
Mm-hmm.
agencies are going out of style. Listen, we've been here
No.
since the beginning of time. Travel is one of the hugest industries out there. It's going to always be around. So,
Right.
you just have to think about the personalized assistance that you're getting whenever you're
Right.
booking whatever vacation it is that you're booking, whether you're going to book it with your personal travel agent or you're going to use a booking engine. When you go on that booking engine and you book something, guess what? Like I said, they're a travel agency, and if you pick up the phone, the person that's answering the phone, they're probably a travel agent as well. And so, you'll never hear from them again.
Right.
So you just have to really think about that.
There's no relationship. They don't
No,
know you. There's no reason for them to go
best
that.
interest.
Yeah, I mean, and we have a fiduciary duty, which means we have to keep
Yes.
our clients in mind in every step of the way. And, you know, we take that seriously. And,
Yes.
you know, there's a real personal connection to, you know, us ensuring that you have the best time possible. Sometimes there's things that we can't help,
Yes.
whether you know, flight cancellations and things like that, but you know, it's still, you're not alone. Even if it goes badly, you're not doing it alone.
This is true. This is true.
And I
Yep.
think that
And
that's
and and then
huge.
something else, I want to touch on, also the myth. Some people may think that booking with a travel agent or a travel agency is going to cost them more money. Not necessarily, honey. We can save
Mm-hmm.
you a lot more money. Now, some
No.
agents or some agencies may have a research fee, but and then some agencies may not. So you just have to
Mm-hmm.
figure out what really works best for you. Whether some of them have the research fee may even be refundable.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, some may have research fees, some may not. Some may have a refundable research fee so that their time is not being wasted and you're just not
Right.
shopping around.
Right.
So it's not necessarily more expensive because you do use a Disney
Mm-hmm.
specialist or a Disney travel agency. That's not necessarily true. You really get
Yeah.
what you pay for. And
Yeah.
there's a huge difference between booking on a booking engine and calling someone
Mm-hmm.
who's a specialist at this and who does this every single day. And if something happens, you have that person to go back and call and they fix the issue. Meanwhile, you're living your best life and not worried about anything versus you having to be on the phone for hours trying to fix the issue.
Right.
That's our job, and we
Well,
we
yeah.
enjoy that.
Well, a few of the things that I do, especially when it comes to Disney, is that so the way Disney specials work, especially at their hotels, at their resorts, is that they come out with a special that's going to save you 20, 30% or more,
Mm-hmm.
they have a limited number of rooms.
Yes.
So they let us know ahead of time when that special is going to happen. We can make sure that our clients already have a room booked. So as soon as that deal comes live, we can see if their room applies and adjust it right away.
Yes.
Because if you wait to book, then you're going to probably miss out on that deal as soon as it goes
Yes.
live, because people are waiting to adjust their own clients. When it comes to Disney Cruise Line, they have dynamic pricing. So the cheapest way to book a Disney cruise is as early as possible, because the more people that book, the price goes up. So that's another way that a Disney travel agent can save you money, because it opens earliest for travel agents on those first days that itineraries are released.
Mm-hmm.
And we can only call as travel agents for you to secure those first bookings, which are going to be at the lowest price for you then.
And yes, and not only that, speaking of lowest price and being the first to get those specials, let's talk about payment plans.
Yeah.
Online, what payment plan? There's no payment plans if you're going and you're trying to book it on a booking engine. With
Right.
Disney Specialists, we have special payment plans that we can offer to our clients, or anybody that's coming to us for our services.
Right.
It doesn't have to cost a
Sometimes
lot
it
of money.
sometimes it's only a $200 deposit.
Yes.
Or if you're not even sure, we can, if you're like, I think I want to go at this time, the reservation system that is now in place at Disneyland and Disney World has created unprecedented demand.
Yes.
And they are not at full capacity. So if you think you're going to go at a certain time, it is in your best interest to go ahead and reserve and put that deposit down and lock in that date, because chances are that date is going to be gone.
Yep.
Reservations just go. So that is another way. And then we can structure in a payment plans for you that help you, pay for it as you go. So yeah, there are so many ways.
And then no, go ahead. Were you saying something?
No, I mean, there's just so many ways that we could talk all day about how many ways that we can help people with their travel plans to Disney or anywhere. And it's like, so that's why conversations like these are so important.
No, and then this touches bases with the point of advanced planning.
Absolutely.
You can do this a year in advance. The longer in advance this is done, the smaller your payments are going to be. So if you only have a certain budget for traveling, guess what? Start planning or connect with us well in advance. We can plan most vacations a year, maybe even sometimes 2 years in advance. So if it's that far in advance, can you imagine what your monthly payment plan would be? If your deposit is about $200, everything else is breaking down on a monthly basis. Can you imagine?
And you're going to have the lowest cost at that point as well.
Yes.
I mean, you're going to be able to break it down in smaller chunks. You're going to pay the lowest cost overall. The further out, I know everybody doesn't like to, sometimes it's hard to plan, but this day and age with travel, you have to learn to become a planner, and we can help you with that and help be your accountability partner.
Yes.
With planning and sticking to that trip. But yeah, I mean, and then we can help you determine, like, okay, what if, who knows if there's going to be some unexpected event that might cancel your trip or you have to reschedule. We can help you figure out what that's going to look like.
Yes.
How much of your deposit or how much of what you've already paid would you get back and all that kind of stuff. So.
Yep, very true. All right. So no, we've been really touching on a lot. We've been talking about the myths about booking with a Disney specialist, some of the benefits of booking with a Disney specialist, the importance of booking with a Disney specialist, and also advanced planning, whether you're planning it by yourself or you're choosing to do advanced planning with a Disney specialist. All of this is for your benefit.
And I remember one other one, tech. there's a lot of tech involved with the Disney vacation these days now.
Yes.
You got the My Disney Experience app. You've got My Genie Plus. You've
Yes.
got the Genie free service. You've got Lightning Lane.
Listen,
and
this
that's
is a
only-
whole nother conversation.
No,
Can
it
you give them
is.
a quick rundown of Genie? Because you know some people
Okay.
don't even know about Genie Plus just yet.
Right. So there's My Genie Experience, which is free to use through the My Disney Experience app. And that is really cool in that you put in the things that you want to do, and it gives you recommendations for your day based on what you tell it that you want to do.
Yep.
So then there's My Genie Experience Plus or My Genie Plus. And that is a paid service, and that depends on what day of the week it is. And it's kind of dynamic pricing, and it allows you kind of the fast pass of the past is gone.
Yes.
So this is kind of replaces that, and it is a flat fee per person per day to do Genie Plus, and it gives you a limited number of kind of you get a fast pass online, you get like a much shorter wait, almost a walk on for
Yes.
select attractions in each park. Now, for the really in demand attractions, there is another tier of service called Lightning Lane. So I think there are like 2 premium attractions at each park. It changes at times. Sometimes if demand is low, they'll change it, or demand is really high, they'll change it. But it is pay to ride or pay to like have a walk-on experience. Instead of, if you look and the line is an hour and a half long to ride one of the in-demand attractions at Hollywood Studios right now is Rise of the Resistance. So that is a Lightning Lane attraction, and you can pay, it's maybe around $10 per person. But here's another trick. As a Disney travel agent, I would say, hey, if you really want to ride that and you don't want to wait that amount of time, consider staying in a Disney resort, because then at 7 a.m. you can begin to reserve that Lightning Lane reservation, which gives you a window of time that you come back to ride it. If you're not at the Disney resort, your chances are much lower, because you have to actually be in the park to select that Lightning Lane reservation, and they may be all gone at that point. So you won't have any choice but to wait an hour and a half or longer in line for that attraction. So that's really important for working with a Disney travel agent. One of the things I always ask my clients is, what is it that you really want to experience? What are the things that you are must-dos on your list? And then I help you strategize to maximize your time and your experience to make sure that you do those things.
Yes. And then not only that, while we're touching on the topic of reservations and advanced planning, ladies and gents, the further out in advance you plan stuff, let's talk about food reservations. Like if you want a perfect trip to Disney, you want to schedule a character dining, or you want to schedule some kind of lunch or a specific restaurant, the further in advance that you book things, you can go ahead and start reserving the restaurant, reserving the character dining. And guess what? This adds up to a great Disney experience, because you're able to do every single thing that you wanted to do because you thought enough to plan the whole vacation in advance, versus trying to do it last minute. You're probably not, because almost everything has to be reserved now. I mean, they have quick service places within Disney, but if you actually want to sit down, have a character dining, or sit down and have a nice family meal, most of these things need a reservation. And so 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be able to get the time that you want. Like maybe you'll get lucky and get the exact time that you want. And if not, you're going to have to recreate your day at Disney around what they give you. So if you want to if you want to have the perfect Disney day based on what you want to do, plan it in advance. That's one of the biggest things that I always tell my clients, in advance.
Right. Oh yeah, and that's what really motivated me to become a Disney specialist, is because I would be in the parks often and see
Yes.
those disappointed moments. And
Yeah.
I felt so bad. I was like, gosh, had they only known this, that, or the other thing, they would be smiling right now and they would be having an amazing time.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot of effort and time and energy, and you look forward to the vacation, and let us help you maximize that experience.
Yep. No, this has really been a great podcast. So I think maybe we should maybe end on give the moms and the dads a few more tips and tricks. So what I was thinking about was some people may think, okay, now I'm at the park, I have the reservations. How do I save money? Throughout the park while I'm actually there at the park. Well, I touched on one of them when we first started. Bring your lunch. We go to Publix and the day before or the night before, and we get them to make our sandwiches a special way. Have them wrap them up, and then we build our lunch bags. Another thing that another tip is get Disney gift cards. Like if you know that you're gonna go a year in advance, and so every now and then, instead of just putting money to a side, no, go ahead and be intentional. Buy Disney gift cards.
Hey,
And
during
so,
the holidays, Target
yes,
has specials on Disney gift cards, and
yes,
buy them up. But
yes,
here's a tip. If you purchase like a hotel room or a Disney cruise using a Disney gift card, you must keep those because they refund your money if that's necessary on the form of payment. So you
yes.
have to have them.
Don't throw those away.
Right? No, don't do that. So yeah, and then one thing people might not know, if you're renting a car or something, there's a McDonald's on Disney property.
Yes.
So sometimes we'll just pop in there if it's late and we don't want to wait in a line or something like that. We'll just pop in there. It's costs a little bit more. I will be honest about that. It costs a little bit more than the regular McDonald's that might be in your neighborhood, but still, it's a little bit faster and it's a little more familiar than maybe some of the things that would be at the Magic Kingdom or one of the Disney parks.
Yes, and then not only that, so another another trick that I always use, instead when I'm there, and if it's my daughter and my niece, if I'm bringing both of those, the kids get tired of walking, you guys, like make it an enjoyable experience. So even though my daughter is 7 years old now, guess what? I bring a double stroller, and I love Disney, but I don't necessarily use their double stroller there because sometimes they're uncomfortable for the kids. And what if the kid wants to go to sleep? I recommend a stroller company in Disney, and it's called Kingdom Strollers. They will deliver to your hotel. All you have to do is call them and let them know when you're done using it. Well, they already know when you're going to be done using it, but if you're going to be done
for the stroller,
yes. Listen, if you don't want the whining kids, listen, go.
I don't understand.
Your kid is never too big.
Don't want to do it, right?
No. Listen, your kid is never too big. They have stroller. I'm sure you've seen it throughout Disney. Stroller parking everywhere. I've never had anything stolen. I've never had my stroller stolen. Nothing has ever happened with
squirrels might take your snacks. So
maybe
put those away.
Maybe
you can get the kids in on personalizing it and make sure that you know which one is yours and that kind of thing. And people put lights on it at night, which is really fun and stuff like that. But yes, I don't understand. I see often, and this actually leads me to another point I would love to make. Facebook groups are great, but don't leave your vacation open to a Facebook group of strangers who don't know you. It's great. It must be fun to get little tips and things like that, but it's not the same as using a Disney travel agent.
Yep.
I will just say that.
It is not. There's a ton of Facebook groups out there. And some of their tips and tricks are really, really good.
Right. They are, but they're not going. We know the things that you need to know to plan.
Yes.
And they're not going to know everything. And maybe they haven't been as recently as we have and things like that. But yes, and I see that question often. Oh, I'm gonna bring my 6-year-old. Is it too old? Are they too old for a stroller? Are
No.
people, who cares? Like, go for it. Like, make it as
Yes.
stress-free as possible.
Yes.
Make it easy on yourself. Just go for the stroller.
And my daughter, like I said, she's 7, and so I kind of threatened her. I was like, "Look, next year I'm not taking this. We're not doing this stroller." But that's a lie, you guys.
I think
It's
my daughter was 7 when we were still using it. It was like, I'm not carrying that kid.
they're gonna get tired. They may get
Right?
tired,
Yes.
and then they're
You walk
whining.
miles. You walk miles.
He doesn't even feel like it, but your body knows it.
Right. You do. My Apple Watch knows it.
Right.
It's like bring your water. If you are not someone who regularly walks miles or regularly exercises, that's definitely something to keep in mind, especially as the weather
Mhm.
gets warmer. I have been there when people have passed out.
Mhm.
Stay hydrated. Make sure you understand it is huge.
Yes. It is. And just kind of map out your day,
Right.
just know exactly what you're gonna do. Have a plan. Like, don't just lie,
Right.
go and just do.
Right.
Have a plan. I'm gonna come in
Yeah.
this way and leave out that way,
It's
and that
really
will save you time.
possible. Yeah, you don't have to overplan, and I don't encourage people to try to do too much, because I think that is a problem as well, because Disney has so much to offer. People try
Yes.
to do too much at once, especially with little kids.
Or every single ride.
That is a challenge, that,
It is.
right? But yeah, just don't try to do too much and have fun. Don't make it into this thing that, like, everybody in your family is miserable. Like, that's not good. That's not fun. But yeah, there's so many ways to approach it.
Yep. Oh my gosh. All right. So any last tips and tricks for our ladies and gents?
Plan ahead. Trust a travel agent.
Yes.
If it's not us, find your travel agent, but we would be happy to help you, either one of
course.
us. And I don't know, just remember that it is fun, and that there are people out there to help you and take the worry out of it for you, and to just help you have the best experience possible.
I love this. I love it.
We're here for you.
Yes, we are definitely here for you guys. So that's going to wrap up this podcast. Once again, this is Angela Mashuli. She's the owner of Beautiful Tomorrow Travels, and I am your host, Tyra Andre. I'm the owner of Mommy and We Travels, and if you guys need any more information, please feel free to message either Angela or myself on Facebook. Angela, do you have what's your Facebook information? Well, your social media information.
Oh yeah, so you can reach me on Instagram at Beautiful Tomorrow Travel. You can reach me on Facebook at Beautiful Tomorrow Travel Agents. And you can also reach out to me on my website at beautifultomorrowtravel.com, and I actually have an entire article on how Disney travel agents can maximize your experience in your budget. And you can join my newsletter and download a free planner that will help you plan everything, like even checklists on when you need to get a pet sitter and all the things that you need to take care of while you're on your vacation, leading up to and on your vacation, all the good stuff.
I love this. So you guys go make sure you follow Angela and sign up for her newsletter. And you guys already know how to reach me if you need me. Once again, info@mommyandwetravels.com, or you guys can shoot me a text, 813-GO1FLY2. Until our next podcast, we'll talk to you soon. Bye, Travelista. Bye.